Hello again, YouTube. It's me, Yukimura. That first video I made is, I'll be honest, not all that good, but for me, it's my first step. From here on out, I'm not sure what else I'm going to be making, but for now, I'm gonna try and make gameplay videos that show hints and tips on how to get through certain games. And for right now, that game is 20XX. In the first video, I made one heck of a long description describing why I want to make the channel, what I plan to do, and a little bit about this game. Now, I apologize for those of you who are a bit bored, and this isn't really that much of a good intro, but someday soon I'll make a better one. But for right now, I just want to show you guys this game because I find it hilariously fun. A little bit rage-inducing at times, but fun. 20XX is one of those, well, not really one of those, but it's a roguelike Mega Man game, as most people describe it on reviews, and some people like the Beard Bros have played. You know what? I'm a bit awkward. My bad. So, let's just get right into it. It'll be a lot easier for me to show than tell. Ha. Ha. In the year 20XX. Ooh. I can really feel the Mega Man vibes from this. Yeah, okay. The face of disappointment. Oh boy. And that's the intro. Now, instead of hitting continue, I'm gonna try and start a new run because the last one wasn't all that good in my opinion. So, yeah. I'll start a new run. But before I do that run, I'm gonna see if I can... Wait, it should reset me to the hub world. Yes, it does. Alright. Now, what I want to go through before I go through the actual game is... I did go through the tutorial with you guys, and I showed you that little Easter egg that the scientists have, where if you climb up to them, they'll complain about you exploring. Now, other than that, I didn't really touch upon much else in this little hub world. In this game, there are permanent upgrades that you can buy that increase your health permanently, your energy bar permanently, give you free items at the start of your run, and have this little cat guy up here give you items throughout your run. I believe he spawns every 3rd, 5th, and 8th stage once you max out his upgrades. Same thing with the health and energy bars. They will increase your health little by little until you max them out. And each of those upgrades are purchased with these things called soul chips, which is this green square you see on the bottom left corner of my screen. Those soul chips are collected from enemies in-game, from completing boss fights, and overall just by playing through the game you earn them. By earning those soul chips, you can use them to purchase items in the hub world, and those items can be used in-game, for example like these, next run items, quote unquote. Next run items are items that you buy and will be activated for the next time you start a run. For example, Zephyr, which increases your attack speed. In Nina's case, not only does it increase It doesn't increase her attack speed because her attack speed is as fast as you can press the button to fire. Although sometimes, because of the limited number of shots she can fire at first, you can't really fire that many quickly. With Zephyr though, it increases the number of shots she can fire on screen. Normally, just like in Mega Man and Mega Man X, she can only fire 3 shots. That includes a charge shot. See? With Zephyr, each time you pick up this item, you can pick up multiple of the same item, by the way. The more of this item you pick up, the more shots she can fire on screen before she has to stop and fire again. This item here, Nut Replicator, means that whatever nuts you have gets, like, the 20% of whatever amount of nuts you have at the current time after getting this item, 20% of that amount is added to the number of nuts you already have. So say I have 100 nuts already, 20 nuts out of the 100 will be added to that total already at the start of the next level. A number of these are more late game items. When you first start out with the game, you won't really get much, but whenever I find an item, I'll explain it as I go along. Like I said, this is supposed to be a sort of guideline kind of video, so I'll explain as much as I can without slowing down gameplay. The Crisis Time Stopper does what it says on screen. It freezes all foes when a hit knocks you into red HP. But I found out when that activates, it doesn't last for very long, so it's best to make the most of it when it does happen. This machine here takes 2 of your soul chips and gives you a token for the slot machines you find in game. Little dash dance there for fun. I can't do it very well considering it's a lot harder to do with buttons than on controller. Oh, there we go. Ugh. And here are some items you can unlock that weren't... Well, this area is for items that you can unlock in-game for later use. Usually this is one of the only ways you can unlock better items for your later runs. Oof. All of these items are really nice. This stores extra health for when you need it most. This is basically like a sub-tank from Mega Man X, where any extra health you pick up when you're at full health is stored away for you to use later on. This makes you immune to flappy damage, which is the enemy shown in the picture, a little bug with wings. And this, I wish I could get, but I can't decide between the 3, because this, when you destroy an enemy, it basically causes a small explosion that damages anything nearby. But by unlocking these weapons in the hub world, you get them free for use on your next run. Now, as you can already see, Nina herself is the shooter 2 that I have right now. In total in the game there are technically 3 characters, but I do not, as of right now, have Hawk available. Nina's the basic buster, jump and shoot gameplay. In the previous video I showed you guys her in action with the tutorial. I didn't really get to show much of Ace, so... As I described in the first video, Ace is the more up-close and personal bot of the 2. He's got some range to him, I'll say that though. Up here at the top of the hub world is the tutorial, the 2 characters' rooms, a leaderboard, and a number of different challenges for players to take on. These range from daily to weekly to rush challenges and seed racers. I believe the seed racer is like a speed run type of challenge for players who want to clear the game as quickly as possible and try to beat everyone's times, or set the record time for everyone to beat. A rush job is basically the boss rush of this game. I'm tripping over my own words. Anyway, these are the daily hardcore, weekly and weekly hardcore. I'm guessing the hardcore versions of the daily and weekly challenges are the challenges with skulls unlocked. Yeah, see, there we go. With 3 random skulls activated for both daily and weekly. I'm not at the skill yet where I can do those, so for right now, I think I'll just go play through the tutorial as Ace instead of Nina, just so that you guys can see how he plays. Now keep in mind, I'm not as good at playing as Ace or Zero from the Mega Man X series as most are. Surprisingly, my favorite character is X in terms of gameplay, and not Zero. A lot of people like Zero, but I can kind of understand that considering he does do more damage overall compared to Nina. I mean, Ace, that is, anyway. Ace is the more up in your face bot now, in that a lot of his attacks have to do with melee, and a lot of his weaponry does too. As of right now, the only thing available is his sword. Well, I call it a sword, but it's not actually a sword. It's more like a... you could say like a chainsaw? Because if you see from how he charges it, it's like a saw blade. And he swings it in a motion that makes it seem like a saber. But overall, it does more damage than Nina's Buster at base level. The only problem is you have to be up close and personal, whereas for Nina, you can stay a bit of a distance away and still do damage. And just like in the first video, with the tutorial, you fight ow. Ooh. Ow. And that's it for the tutorial. In the older versions of the game, whenever someone completed the tutorial, it would jokingly say, "Prepare to die." But I guess they took that out. And you can see from the capsules what kind of weapons they use. I just realized. I'm dumb. Alrighty. For right now, I think I'll just stick with Nina simply because she's the one I'm more comfortable with in terms of combat gameplay. Sorry about that. Someone was texting me. See, this is the thing with this game. You can choose whatever items you want and run through the game however you like to. And I don't want to make this video as long as the first one, so I'll try to keep it as short as I can. For right now, I think I'll go with Crisis Life Bank. And the Nut Replicator. I'll start another not Irreverent, but normal run. Now again, normally these items and these two boxes here would not be available. This is a diamond box and this is a gold box. Normally these would not be available early on in the game. The diamond boxes give you different weapon types, and the gold boxes give you armor pieces, or core augments. In this game they're called core augments because they're upgrades to the bot you're playing as. In this case, is Owlhawk's Focus and Starbeam. What Starbeam does is fires in all 4 cardinal directions. And that's what it looks like. I'm gonna stick with the regular Buster for now. And the Owlhawk Focus, as it says, has a 1 in 2 chance of allowing you to use your boss powers for free. As you saw from just a second ago, the little life bank picked up 2 health pieces that I don't need at the moment because I haven't taken any damage yet. This is a vending machine that takes your health for nuts, which I don't recommend taking. Simply because, in my opinion, it doesn't really feel worth it. For some it might be, some it might not be. See, this is one of those explorative areas where you can find a gold box for free items, and in the majority of the time they're useful. Ah, teleport. Hello. Yeet. There we go. Blowing enemies like that gives soul chips, which you can use to purchase items in the hub world later on. Oh, there goes that nut. Sorry guys, I didn't react fast enough. I want to at least get to the first boss of the run before... And there goes my armor. I want to at least get to the first boss of the run before I stop. Because I don't want to make these videos too long, because then people will get bored. And this guy is stuck in an area where I can't shoot him. Now, you may or may not have noticed in the bottom left, there's a nut counter, but there's also 2 timers. One of them is a speed clear bonus timer that, as the name implies, if you clear it in a quick enough time, you'll get an extra bonus from, and there we go, from the boss after defeating it. Right now we've got 26 seconds to beat this boss. The other timer is meant for those who speedrun. This is my first boss because whenever you start a new run, the boss you go against first is completely randomized. Oh, come on. Can I beat it? Yes, I can. Holy crap. Now, the boss may look easy, but trust me, these bosses aren't easy. Excalibur, attack damage up, power damage down. That item, if I remember, gives you a little bit of a health boost and an attack boost, but at the same time reduces the damage your boss powers do, which you'll see later on. Whew. That was a bit of a stressful one. At the end of each boss, you'll be given the choice to take either the boss's attack power, a stack of in-game currency, the nut stack, or a randomized item. It could be an attack boost, a power damage boost, an energy or health boost, or some other kind of item like one that increases run speed. And if you clear the game, or rather the boss if you clear the boss's stage within the time limit, you get this little present box, which can range from money to health to more power-ups. But in this game, it's basically a lot like Binding of Isaac, like I had said before, and a lot of people say, because these items are found randomly throughout the game, except for the boss powers, of course. And you can build your character however way you wish, whether they're based on strength, speed, power, damage, and a number of items have different effects. As of right now, I think I'm gonna go with the power boost. No, not power boost, attack boost, sorry. After each stage, these 2 scientists kind of just have little conversations that are, in my opinion, pretty funny. But I don't know. I don't know about you guys. Okay, this is a bit dark. Okay, each boss, just like in Mega Man, has some sort of weakness to another boss's power. As of right now, I don't have any of the weaknesses available to me, and you have a choice between 3 randomized bosses to challenge at the end of each stage. In my own opinion, this one seems more annoying, so I'll go with him. Let's see if we can make it through this stage easily. Oh no. There we go. Alright, 4 soldiers. That's a lot. Kinda missing that double jump right now. Oh no. See, this is where the Mega Man and Mega Man X gameplay comes into play. It's mostly jump and shoot platform puzzling. Oh man, I'm sorry if there are pauses of silence. It just takes quite a bit of concentration for me to get through this kind of stuff, since I haven't played it so long. I mean, the noises aren't as annoying, but the platforms are still annoying. Like, they're not as annoying as in Mega Man, but they're still pretty annoying to navigate. Okay. Ooh, a shop. See, these shops are not very common because of these. Ooh. Vitality Scavenger. Enemies drop more health and lifesteal. Ooh. I want to get both, but I have to get more nuts from in-game. Let me see if I can get these guys to fly up here. Ow. Ow. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Didn't drop a thing. Oh, okay, that's lovely. Hey, I guess I'll get the Vitality Scavenger for now. What I like about this game is that you can backtrack when you have enough nuts to purchase more stuff. So you don't necessarily have to run all the way to the end of the stage and not go back. Like, this isn't, oh well. This isn't like Mario or Mega Man. Like, this isn't like the first Mario game where you couldn't go backward. Nor is it like the first Mega Man games where you didn't get anything. Or I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I just fell. I'm gonna just heat all of you. Cease the dickery. Hey, boss room. And I didn't get a single nut. Rip. Oh, wait. Will you give me enough nuts to get this? No, you won't. I love the Draco Pin armor simply because it's got some good abilities to it. Stop stealing the health! Okay. I wish I had the power that hurts this guy the most, but right now we'll just have to trust in the old Express now. Or in this game, the End Buster. Those flowers are a bit annoying because the more of them, because if you don't kill them after the boss goes away, they'll continue to spawn, and they'll drop explosives like that. So they stay until you destroy them, or if he pops into the same servers. There we go. Oh boy. Ooh, blue ender. In the last video, I found one of those and said that it was really good late game, but the reason I said that was because as you go through the game gets progressively harder, just like in any Mega Man game. But what that item does is it replenishes your health fully and increases your health by 1 point. So if you're running low on health, it's a good item to find. What I tend to do is build Nina based on max health, armor, and the Dracapen armor if I can find it. A 1 soul chip? Come on. After each boss, you're given an option to save and quit as well. This kind of exits you back to the title screen, but saves your progress until you start a new run or hit continue to literally continue where you left off. For right now, I think I'm going to save and quit and leave that at that. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'm hoping that for those of you who are just starting out with this game, hopefully this helps a little, and please feel free to subscribe and like if you like the video, and I'll be honest, if you could, please share this with your friends, because 1, this is an awesome game, 2, I'd really appreciate it if you could share this with friends, because I may not be very energetic yet, but I'm working on it. I'm hoping I can make more videos like this for games other than 20XX, and with you, the viewers, supporting me and sharing my content, eventually I'll be able to make it there. So that's why I ask this of you. Please, if you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, or if you want to see stuff like Saints Row, Stardew Valley, or games like those, I want to play them, but for right now, I want to stick with this, because what better way to start a channel than with something that I love, you know? Thanks so much for watching. This is Yuki, and I hope to see you all again. Peace.